Folks. This is a real review of the I think it's TNDT80 Android tablet from McNally. Now, I've watched a lot of reviews online that they praise this device. I don't know why. And this is a person that's coming from the previous gen McNally's. I think it was the 720, the ruggedized edition of the commercial GPS tablet, not tablet, but device, I guess. And like I said, I've been watching people videos on this particular tablet from McNally, and they've been praising it, saying like, oh, how much they love it, how good it is. And I can tell you straight up, I've had this thing for like about about a week now, and it's garbage, like 100% garbage. I mean, first of all, this thing costs $530. Now you would figure, I mean, most Android tablets, even most Samsung, high-end tablets don't even cost that much. And it's a lot better build quality. This thing is made out of like, This thing is made out of like really cheap plastic. I mean, you can press on the screen, you can hear it like crack, and the seams on it is not even sealed that well. I mean, it's just horrible. Like, the quality of this thing is garbage, like beyond garbage. Now, another thing, it says it has a quad-core processor. Yeah, which it does, but it's slow. It's like it's not quite the quad-core processor that I'm used to coming from Samsung devices like my phone. I'm pretty sure it's a difference. There's difference in it, but this thing is like really slow. Don't even think. Well, it plays some games, but not like really high intense games, because I'm not sure what GPU chipset is using, but it's not that good. The Wi-Fi on this thing is fucking terrible, like really terrible. It's not, whatever chipset they're using or drivers or whatever they're using is horrible. You have to be like damn near on top of your router to get a good signal. Half of the time it doesn't even, it'll connect to your Wi-Fi, but it doesn't even let you do anything. It just keeps telling you like you don't have Wi-Fi signal. Now the GPS portion, I figured, like, as far as the refresh rate, as far as the screen is concerned, I figured that it would be, because it has a quad-core processor, that it would be a steady, smooth motion. No, it's not. It's jerky. It force closed like a bunch of times. It takes forever to load. Half of the time that you put in the address, it keeps telling you there's no route available, because it thinks that you have to set it to where you're loaded, and or you empty or something like that. Half of the time it doesn't pick up a GPS. And look, right now it's just not showing any map whatsoever. I mean, this thing is garbage, man. Please do not waste your money on this. I am taking this back to the pilot. I just did this as a trial run to see, if I was gonna like it, because one of my students, I'm a trainer for US Express, and one of my students had brought it. I didn't really get a chance to play around with it. I liked it a little bit, because I was like, oh, the screen looks very nice. I know the nits on it is not that bright, but it's not that bad either. But it's probably like 720, or maybe just below 720, maybe like 560p or something like that. But it's pretty good. It's a nice screen. That's the only thing that I'm not going to complain about, is the screen quality. It doesn't really get that bright, but I wouldn't want it that bright, especially with driving at night, because you don't want this thing in your eyes. I did manage to root it. I know a lot of people was curious on how to root this thing. All you have to do is use Kango root, but you have to use a PC. You can't use it from the actual APK. Don't download the APK, because it's not going to work. You have to root it from a PC. If it gets stuck and it says waiting for device, just go ahead and disconnect it, hold the power button, and then you're going to see this icon right here. Let me see. You're gonna see that, not this one. I pressed it but like an idiot. Not that one, but this one. You're gonna press that, and it'll just basically pick up from where it left off. I noticed that it did that a lot when I was rooting it. It just kept like freezing, and basically I had to hold the power button and like reset it, and then just press that icon, and then it will go back to where it left off. What else? If I'll just show you that I have root. It is rooted. Where's titanium backup? As you can see, it's checking. You see that? See, it's rooted. I even have like apps backed up. Now there is no custom recovery for it. You just have root for right now. That's the only thing you have. There's no custom recovery. I tried Clockwork Mod. I tried the other one, Twerp or whatever it's called. I tried it. It doesn't work. So you can't get a custom recovery. I'm pretty sure no one's working on a ROM for this thing anyway. So, I mean, for the most part, it works. I mean, it's functional garbage, though. That's the only thing. I mean, it's the build quality that's really getting me. There's no vibrating feature. It's just like really, really cheap plastic. I mean, really cheap plastic. I mean, I've seen Android tablets that cost $50 and $60, maybe $40 that had a better build quality than this. I mean, it does have mirrorcast. It does have no, it's not micro. It's mini HDMI out, which is a plus because sometimes I have it up here and I have a dongle for my TV in the back here, and I can actually mirrorcast it to the TV and just leave it here. And I do have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, so I don't even need to touch this. I don't have the backup cam, so I can't tell you that. And the what is it? What is this? Oh, the dash cam is horrible. I mean, the camera on this thing, oh my God. I mean, you would think for $530 you was going to get like a 16 megapixel something. My phone didn't even, well, yeah, my phone was a little bit more, but I brought a used, well, not pretty, well, kind of used, but I brought a Galaxy Note Edge because I didn't want the Galaxy S5 because they locked the phone down where you can't take the battery out, you can't add a memory card. So I bought an Edge off of eBay for like $500. And you would figure, you know, with this thing in that price range that it would have like premium features, and it really doesn't. It's just, and this thing right here is just a widget. That's all it is. It's not, I mean, it's just skinned on top of Android. So, you know, this is not like a portion of the hardware that's built into it where, you know, it's just, you know, exclusively Rand McNally. No, it's just, this is just a widget basically. And it's having some issues right now because normally I'm supposed to have more than one screen, and if you look, I can't even go to another screen. I might have did that myself. I don't know how, but like I said, this thing is functional garbage. Don't waste your time with the camera. Don't even, they have the trip pack in here, the TransFlow mobile app. Don't even try to use it because first of all, it doesn't work. That's one. And second of all, the camera on it is horrible, so you can't even use it. And what else? I mean, that's mainly it. I mean, like I said, games work. You know, I play The Gate a lot in Magic Rush. I play a lot. Nova works. Everything seems to work. It's just the process is slow. It takes forever for things to load, and the camera is garbage. The build quality is garbage. The GPS force closed like 1,000 times. It doesn't want to work right because it doesn't. Let me see. I still have no map. I mean, this is ridiculous. It really is. I mean, Hempstead, New York. Like, really? I don't know. This thing is bugged. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to return this and probably go out. Well, I can't even go back to my 720 or 30 because I sold it at somebody at the Pilot truck stop for $100. You know, it was in pretty good shape. I love that GPS, but it started freezing on me a lot. And then I was starting to have a little bit of issues with the power cord, which I replaced before I sold it. But it's the freezing thing when I updated it, and because it has lifetime maps, I updated it and it moved the I don't know, it like moved the maps from the actual device, and you had to have a storage card put in it, and it moved the maps to the storage card. And once it did that, that thing never worked the same. Like it was always constantly freezing. It doesn't want you to go across the George Washington Bridge. I know that has something to do with the truck tools, and it has something to do with the info as far as the height, the weight, and stuff like that. And it's the reason why this thing never wants you to go across the George Washington. It would route you around it to the Tappan Zee Bridge, which is 287, I think, north. But that puts me about 30 to 40 miles out of my route, because my route is just basically from Jersey to Massachusetts. So if I take the way the GPS wants me to go, it adds about an hour and some change onto my route. You know, so keep that in mind. Now, I noticed when I did take this off, when I took all the weight and stuff off, it worked fine. It wanted me to go across the George Washington with no problem. But the thing I'm having is like, okay, if I keep the height the same, is it still going to, you know, route me like if it's a commercial vehicle, being that I took the weight out? You understand? I don't want this thing, you know, I'm hitting low bridges or going to areas where there's a weight restriction or something like that. That's the only reason why I put it back, because I was like, wait a minute, I don't want this thing to route me somewhere, you know, and I get in trouble. But I don't know.